Rogan O'Handley. Where is Rogan? Oh, he's so good to me. Thank goodness he's on my side. Oh, man. I would hate to have D.C. against me, right? But Rogan, thank you very much. You're a great, special guy. J.R. Majewski, somebody that the deep state did some really bad things to, but we stuck by him. We stuck by him. And J.R., where's J.R.? What a job. What a job. Well, it shows perseverance works, right? You know, he backed me. He took a tractor. He had a sign, Trump, 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 all over the fields of your beautiful state. And you've been totally exonerated. You told the truth. And they played dirty pool, but you'll get a second shot, right? You're going to get a second shot. Great job. What they did to you is very unfair. A man who's been a friend of mine for a long time. He looks fantastic. He just had his 49th birthday. And he's looks much younger than that, actually. I don't know how the hell he really looks so much better than 49. And, you know, I have to tell him about the meeting. Should I tell him, Steve, real fast? So we had a meeting when I was looking bad. We had one of the 29 or 30 inescapable things that happened, you know. We had the John McCain incident. That I want to see the one who wasn't caught. We want the one who wasn't caught. And people said, sir, that doesn't work. And that was fine. But we had a lot of inescapable situations. But probably the biggest inescapable one was the one we know about, Steve, right? So it doesn't matter what one, because I don't want to exactly bring it up. But we had a group of people around in my apartment, and it looked like it was in trouble. And we went through a list of very well-known Republicans. What do you think we should do? Sir, one said, sir, I think you should resign. And this is in the middle of the campaign. I already got the nomination. This is like in October. I think you should resign, sir, and I think we should appoint either Mike Pence or somebody else. How about that one? And maybe, he said, and maybe they'd have a chance of winning. I went to the next. We had about 10 people. Went to the next. Sir, I don't think you'll be able to make it, sir. I went to one person who said something that was so horrible. They said, sir, you can stay in and have the single greatest defeat in the history of politics, or you can get out. We'll appoint a Republican to take your place, and maybe that person will have a chance of winning. And we went through like this, and then I got to Steve Bannon. I said, Steve, so what would you say we should do? It's a true story. This is a true story. I said, so Steve, what would you say I should do? You should stay in, sir. You're going to win this race 100%. He's the only guy. True. Right? 100%. True, a true story. It's a true story. He said 100%. I said, that guy's the greatest bullshit artist I've ever heard. I don't know if he believed it, but boy, did he say it. And he was, I think he was convinced. Steve, did you really believe that? He said, yes, I believe him. But it is true. He was the only one in the room, right? And then I made my decision. I said, look, here's the way I look at it. If I get out, it would be historic. It'll be the only time anyone's ever gotten out before a race after getting the nomination in a landslide. I mean, we wiped them out. We started with 18, and every week, 1 out, 2 out, 3 out. And it was a great campaign. And we were doing really well, but this one particular event came up, and I said, you know, if we get out, it's historic. If we don't get out, we lose. If we lose, we lose. You know, we're realistic. It could happen, right? And it's not that big. It's big. It's horrible. But it's not historic because somebody always loses a little bit, right? I didn't like the concept of it, but the other was much. So I said, we'll stay in. And did we kick ass after that, right? And you know, probably have to go a little further because they seem to be enjoying this, Steve. We could go on about this one, but you know, the next day, or very shortly thereafter, we had the debate. starring crooked Hillary Clinton, who I don't call crooked anymore because I use the name now for Biden. Now we call her Beautiful Hillary. She's a beautiful woman. Now, I want to use that name because it's more appropriate. I like, which is better, Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? I like Crooked better. What do you like better? Ready? A poll, a free poll. Crooked Joe or Sleepy Joe? I may have to change it back. But I went onto that stage just a few days later, and a general, who's a fantastic general, actually said to me, "Sir, I've been on the battlefield. Men have gone down on my left and on my right. I stood on hills where soldiers were killed. But I believe the bravest thing I've ever seen was the night you went onto that stage with Hillary Clinton after what happened. And then that woman asked you the first question about it. And I said, locker room talk. It's locker room talk. What the hell? What are you talking? Locker room talk." That was not a great... And, you know, I dropped 11 points. 11 points, and then after the debate, I went up 13 points. You remember that? I went boom, boom. It looked like somebody with a really bad heart. It went like this, bing, bing. It was a little gap. In fact, to this day, people say, what the hell was this event? I can tell you, but we won't get into it. But that was an incredible event, but it was an incredible campaign, and we won, and nobody thought we could win. Nobody thought any Republican could win.